This is the second video in my Amber Emerald Aggro playlist. If you have not seen the first video, I would totally appreciate it if you went back and watched. But I'm sticking the deck list up on the screen now for your reference here so that you don't have to go to that video if you don't want to, and you should be able to follow along no problem. Hey there, everybody. I had a lot of fun recording the last video, and I've got a chance to record a little bit more, so I figured why not play some more games with my Lemon Lime Aggro deck. As you can see, I've been having quite a bit of success with it on the ladder, and let's see if we can keep that up. Alright, we're on the play. I have Stitch and Big Stitch, which is probably something I want to keep. I do think the best 3-drop for the deck is Mickey. I don't need 2 4-drops. What we're looking for is a 2-drop or a Lantern. Oh, I want to keep Stitch. I could consider sending back the Tinkerbell too. You know what? I'm going to do that. We have plenty of time to find a 4-drop. I'd really, really like to find a 2 or a Lantern. Well, I have no regrets about sending back the Tinkerbell. Let's start by inking a Tinkerbell. I'm going to lead on the Duke. We want to keep the Stitch around so that we can shift onto it, so the Duke is the most expendable 1-drop, so we play it first. Okay, looks like an aggro deck here, or excuse me, a most likely Ruby Amethyst control deck. Little bit confused apparently. Yeah, I think our turn 4 is likely going to be shifting Stitch, so I'm going to ink the Tinkerbell and play Simba. Rafiki is going to be annoying if they have it. Okay, Gaston. Genie is very awkward. I'm going to play Stitch this turn, so we can shift next turn. This is tough. We're in a not very good spot. We didn't get an aggressive 1-drop. We didn't get an aggressive 2-drop. I'm playing a 1-drop on 3. This is not how you want to start your game. I also don't know how likely it is I get to 6 easily, so could be in for a rough one. Alright, definitely inking the Hatter. Drawing a 2-drop there is pretty good. They have no way to defeat my Stitch on their next turn. They can't play Maui, they can't play Dragonfire, which is really nice. Obviously, Rafiki and Zeus don't take out Stitch, so we've got a chance here. We really need to hit some running 1s and 2s. Yeah, Jetsam. Got a Simba that I can get back with Hades, but let's start with Flynn. Alright. Mickey. I think... So the question is whether... I'm definitely questing with Stitch. The question is whether or not I also quest with the Duke. This turn it's likely they have a Maui, which is rough. Well, maybe I don't quest with Stitch. Choices, choices, choices. If I ink... I'm going to ink Mickey for sure, because I want to get to 6. If I draw an inkable next turn, I have Genie. I'm going to quest with both. I'm low enough on lore that I just don't think I have the luxury of trying to play around things here. Obviously, if they have Maui, it's unfortunate. It's likely they do. There it is. They have a choice here whether they take out Flynn or Duke. I wish they would take out the Duke, but they have so many cards that I suspect the Flynn will be the choice. Yep. Alright, let's see what they discarded. Another Maui. That does not bode well for me. Okay, I think I'm just going to play the Hatter. Bouncing either of those two cards seems not great for me. If they have a Dragonfire, so be it. Obviously, they can trade either of those two for my Duke. I do not care about that at all. There's the Dragonfire. Okay. Be Prepared is now available for them, although we're not really in a position where that matters too much. I'm just going to put another Mad Hatter in play. 8 lore is hard to get. If we were at 15 to 17, I would feel a lot better about our chances. But that's a good start. Okay, Hans. I could ink Hans, get Simba with Hades. It's not great, though. They could just take out Simba with Tigger, so that's not a good play. If I play Genie, it makes Be Prepared really good. Oh, the choices. Well, I'm definitely questing. We can start there. I think what I'm going to do is just play a Hans. It makes it so they probably want to cast Be Prepared, which is fine. I mean, I don't like it, but I have to get it out of their hand at some point. Yep. All right, as expected. But that lets us set up from here. Okay, so I think we ink Rapunzel, play Hades Flynn. There it is. If they have second Be Prepared, we're probably going to lose. That said, we're at 15. We could limp across now. Unfortunate. Okay, Cusco. That was very lucky. I'm not going to pretend that wasn't very lucky. Definitely the best draw on the deck there. And this shows the power of Cusco. I mean, what can they do? They just played 2 Be Prepareds. If they have a third one, yeah, that's bad. But what are the odds? Here we get the Genie, this Elsa, and we're probably golden. Okay, yep, forced to Zeus. But they also need an answer for the Genie. And they do not have it, so we win. Well, that was really nice. That was a really good game. We did not have an optimal start. We put the pressure on. We got close to 20 lore, and we were able to get across the finish line. Obviously, it was a very timely draw with the Cusco, but I mean, it's a TCG. That's what happens. You put yourself in a position to win, and sometimes you do. All right, we're first again with a very good start. I'm going to send back. Well, I could keep the Hades, actually. Yeah, why not? I'll keep 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Ink the Duke. Play Lilo. Obviously, the combination of Lilo Simba is very powerful. One of the best things you can be doing. They have Archimedes. All right. Not a fan of Lantern. In this exact scenario, at least. That's okay. Again, I do think Mickey Mouse is better than Cheshire Cat in this exact list. So I'll ink the Cheshire Cat. Quest with Lilo, play Simba. Yep. Gonna play Mickey. We're in a really awkward position if we don't draw an Inkable next turn. I could have played Lantern this turn for that reason, but I feel like you just have to keep the pressure up and trust that you'll hit an Inkable here. I don't think taking a turn off is the way to go. Now the question is, do I quest or not? And I think I just can't envision a scenario where we're going to be able to keep this Lilo around. We may as well just get the lore here while we have a chance, force their hand to trade with Gaston, and then they can eat the Lilo. It's unfortunate, but the Lilo quested for 4 did its job. And see, this is why I prefer Mickey. So, well, that was a good draw. It's unfortunate we can't play it, otherwise I would actually consider attacking Archimedes. But I think Mickey is better than Cheshire Cat primarily for 2 reasons, because if they want to trade these 2 characters for Mickey, they will lose both of them, whereas if I had Cheshire Cat, they would only lose 1. But also, of course, the other reason that I prefer Mickey is it pairs better with Rapunzel. With that said, I think we are inking Rapunzel and getting back Simba, I think, and just questing for 2. Okay, and they must be planning to trade, otherwise they would have sung with Maleficent. Or not. I guess they had 2 of them. Well, this is a game we're definitely not going to be able to outvalue our opponent. We're going to have to be aggressive and get ahead and stay ahead, I think. So Maui is an option for them now. It's a good turn to get Lantern in play. I think we play Lantern, Simba, and Duke. And just quest. And I will put Simba in bodyguard mode. Maui would be good for them, but they have to have something. They haven't played too much that's strong against us so far, so I expect the Maui. Nope, just Dragonfire. Okay, that is really good for us. All fine. Okay, so they cannot be prepared next turn, which means I think I should just play the Cusco. Put them really under the gun here. Once you get to 17-ish lore, you put a lot of pressure on them because they can't let you quest with anything, right? You just, every single turn, you draw a character, play a character, and they're forced to deal with it, and they only have so many ways to deal with characters without challenging. I mean, they've got 4 Maleficents, they've got 4 Be Prepareds, some number of Elsas, but they can't do it forever. So your goal really is not necessarily to go straight to 20, but to get as close as possible and force them into awkward plays later. Okay, Stitch. I mean, just make them have the Be Prepared, and then we'll continue playing next turn. Of course. All right. Getting back Cusco, obviously, it's the hardest threat to deal with. And now look, I mean, they have to deal with this Hades. The Hades is game over. They just don't have that many ways to do it. Okay, that's one way. gonna play the Hatter. I want to save the Cusco. Ideally, I would force them to play a second Be Prepared before I play this Cusco. Okay. Yep. I mean, it's also awkward for them to... Interesting choice. Are they gonna try to race me? I don't know. I'm just gonna put as many threats out as I can here. There is some danger of them playing Elsa until the end of the game if we don't really put them under the gun. Looks like second... No? Okay. There it is. Okay. All right. Send out the Cusco. They need third Be Prepared here. And they have it, which is a tragedy. But that's alright. I think 2 more threats. Now when Elsa starts to get really scary for us. Yep. Alright. We've got a game. I thought we had it locked up, but... Admittedly, it is quite difficult to beat 3 Be Prepareds in one game. Sigh. Although, they need to be aware that I can shift onto Stitch for game over. Yeah, I think we're going to get him with the shift Stitch. Beautiful. Tight game, but... I mean, that's the power of this deck. We beat 3 Be Prepareds. Good game, opponent. Hey, rank up. Let's go again. I hope we get a different opponent. I don't really want to play against Ruby Amethyst all night. Okay, we go second. We have Simba Lilo. I'm going to keep a Flynn. I guess I'll keep 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm keeping a Flynn in case they don't threaten Lilo. Obviously, playing Flynn is more aggressive than Simba. Sigh. Over and over and over again with the Ruby Amethyst. Wah wah. I think this time I'm just going to play the Simba and not quest. This way we can get a quest out of it. Alright, Mickey it is. I like forcing the Gaston to attack Simba here. At this point, I can quest with Lilo whenever, as long as I do it before the Be Prepared comes down. And if they want to Dragonfire it at some point, I guess I'm okay with that too. Aladdin, okay. So the tricky thing with Aladdin is that now we have to worry about them shifting into 5-drop Aladdin, which is really, really bad. But I'm at 0 lore, so I guess... I don't know. I guess the game plan is pretend it doesn't exist, because I can't possibly beat it. Not my favorite. Alright. Whatever. Let's get going. Well, they haven't slammed Aladdin yet, so maybe there's a chance. And that'll be the game. Disappointment. Well, I don't think we're ever beating this Aladdin if it attacks again. So as sad as it is, I think I have to trade Hans into it. And now I have to get back on the board. This game is looking to be pretty out of reach at this point. Turn 5 Shift Aladdin is one of the harder plays for this deck to beat. The fact that they're inking another Aladdin is also just terrifying to me. Yeah. I don't know. That's not what I wanted. Okay, well. I wanted to grab the Lilo there. But now that we're here and I misclicked, I do think Bodyguard is the play. I would certainly rather have the Tigger attack my Simba than Mickey. Well, okay. Yep. I guess the bright side is we're both low on resources. They're definitely in a better spot than us, but there's a chance. Could have considered holding Hades there, but I just letting Tigger continually quest for 2 seemed like a bad play. The reason to hold Hades is in case you draw a genie, then you could quest, bounce your own Hades with the genie. Mad Hatter's a good draw. I mean, if they Be Prepared, it's back to nothing. Interesting. They did nothing. What does that even mean? Okay, I am going to... I don't want them to... Actually, I'm fine with Tigger trading into Mad Hatter. Alright, I'll pass. I certainly don't want to bounce their Tigger. Elsa's good, yeah. Okay, well now they're empty-handed, so I will bounce Tigger. Well, will I? I'm at +5. Elsa attacks Mad Hatter. I'd be at... There's no way for me to put lethal on board. Yeah, okay. Genie bouncing Tigger is the play. And just pass. They're going to need to be prepared here, or we're going to win again. I'd love to see that. I'll play Big Stitch. If they be prepared, we have 2 threats to play. Rafiki, not going to get it done. Dragonfire won't do it. Well, I guess it will do it, because I forgot the Tigger can attack Genie, which is bad, but we get there anyway. Wow. Alright, I'm going to cut the video here, but again, another great showing from this deck.